Now, here is our presentation about marketing a service for the New South Wales Country Pound Links Saving Cats and Dogs on Facebook mostly. The aim is to highlight to people anywhere in the world about the lost and abandoned pets, how they can be saved from the pounds where they're meant to be looking after them. The country areas suffer the worst situation because of their remoteness in all areas of Australia. So compared to the other advertising, as dog forums, have you heard of that, dog forums? Dogs Online, where the rescue groups have communicated before. The Facebook is 24/7 instant response for anyone looking at it at all times of the day and night. It is also using Twitter as a faster medium to communicate and links to the actual Facebook pages. And I've also used Pinterest and Paperly further along.
So you're trying to raise awareness within a specific demographic of people, or
yes, rescue
what?
groups.
Because how much penetration of social media is in age groups above sort of 45 kind of thing? Like how frequent is that?
Quite a lot. There's graphs showing that further along. But that's good, a good question. Because not everyone is using that method. However, it's becoming more and more widely used with all age groups, especially the older generations too. With the chat forums, a lot of people are using that rather than phone calls now, even more than emails. But there's still some people with the Dogs Online forums who stick to that and they don't know how to use Facebook yet. So I'm trying to communicate between the two and link them up. So you'll see that in a moment. So the budget originally it's free, as long as you've got the people who can assist with volunteer work. The budgets for Facebook now, it could be anything, but you can get around that if you know how to expose it to people and get the messages around, linking different people. So I started on the 18th of May with a Facebook page, linked the Twitter to that, and did the usual procedures of loading the photos, promoting, inviting links to the page, tagging people, linked it to the doll forums, you'll see that soon. And then I've got some graphs and statistics as it goes along. I'm not sure if you can see that. Just showing how after a couple of weeks it became more, there was more exposure.
Successful, yes.
Yep, throughout the world. It's very hard to see there, but it does show a number of countries. And that was a month. After 2 weeks, I hadn't really done a lot of extra exposure with that, but still was quite, had quite a following as it went along. Here's an example of a 12-year-old dog in Walgett who everyone rallied together, put money together for him, and he was out of the pound and went down to Victoria with people's volunteer donations. West Wyalong, Broken Hill Pound, a dog got adopted in Victoria, was transported down there. Then another one went to rescue group in Victoria as well. A cat went from West Wyalong to Sydney. That's the report from one of the coordinators saying how with the success of Facebook and marketing and rallying between people, that all the dogs got out that day from the pound, so they weren't left behind. 100 dogs came out of Walgett Pound since May, where they wouldn't have otherwise. That's to now, more recent times. Just showing the reach of people in the graph there. I've circled different, it's a little hard to see, isn't it, too far away. I've circled different, highlighting different aspects of the Facebook page. And then through Twitter, Philip can't see, how it's retweeted to 2,300 odd people. Again, that's really small, isn't it? It's just showing how there's about 6 people have retweeted that same thing. And then people can put together their own paper from Facebook tweets with the hash symbol. Do you know about that one? It's quite good. And so in Wagga, they've actually put my information down here, talking about dogs being adopted, or Pinterest as well. You can put together your own information to help link that out to people. The Sutherland Pound does that.
Yes.
And they put it on Pet Rescue too, which is great. I've sent this out to a few different rescue groups, and a lady from Monica's Rescue too.
Yes.
And the lady who coordinates for rural rescues.
Yes.
Any questions?
No, it's really good. We use social media at my work, and I monitor at different points when the lady who does it, we have a social media manager dedicated to our company. That's how important they think it is, and that's for aged care. So it just brings all manner of people together, and they're viewing their regular life, and if they've liked your page, then it just it's all manner of things, saving lives and awareness, and it builds everyone's network. So it has really far reach, obviously. So they see the value in it. We have Twitter as well, and it's constant though, because it's 24/7. You have to have new content all the time, and I imagine for this you have to have good news stories too. You can't. People get quite down with it. I think you've got to have. That's like Rescue with Love.
Yes.
In Victoria, who I sponsor, have an amazing site because it's all very upbeat, positive, and you give the animal a little personality and a voice, and it makes people feel good about the cause, and I think that's good value in it. So yeah, that's great.
That's good.
You can't be in marketing without social media now. You just can't.
How many other groups are doing pretty much the same thing?
Rescue groups?
Yeah.
Or, most of
There's
them
a
are doing
lot
that
of them,
now.
yeah.
Not everyone. But the problem is with the people in dogs online, they don't know how to use it, so I've been teaching some of them.
Yeah.
And the pounds too, it's also getting the pounds on board because they're not always open to that.
Yeah. That's it, it's just another chance to promote your business or save another life, or it's very good.
No, it's not necessarily a comment on that, but I think one of those groups could probably do more good by talking to each other rather than they're almost competing with each other for the same kind of social service, if you will.
Sometimes.
They might be able to pull their resources and actually, potentially, because, you show dogs being moved a hell of a long way to be rehomed.
It's having a room to...
You would sort of wonder whether there's people nearer that are willing to take those animals. But yeah, if they're not talking to each other, then it makes it a bit hard.
Someone to facilitate that, and that's, as our social media person, is 4 days a week. And I tried to monitor it while she was away, and our reach dropped by 35%. Now that's not too bad. Another girl and I were doing as much as we could on it, but she is on it full time. And she's got children. She's in 4 days a week, but weekends you see things all the time popping up, and things about issues in the industry put up as well, because that gets your reach further to people who might be on another side of the whole cause.
Yes, different areas.
Different areas, so being across all that too. So, yeah, very interesting.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for that comment.
Very good.
All right.